everybody, it is me, FreeZerBunny, and welcome back to episode 4 of Let's Play Wildlife Park 2. Okay guys, so yes you guys, I'm so glad to be doing more of this for you guys, and as you guys can see off camera, there have been quite a couple of changes. If you guys can see, the corn crop is significantly much larger. I exchanged our corn patch with our tobacco patch, and that is because I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an explanation in just a second, but I'm gonna give you guys like an overview just to show you guys that everything is pretty much the same. Okay, so before we change anything, I'm actually going to lower my volume because it's a little bit loud and I can't hear myself talk. Let's make it like that. Okay, it's probably not gonna change for you guys. Anyway, we are going to close down our other things right now. I'm trying to be efficient, so as you guys can see, a bunch of our services are closed right now because we have quite a lot of supplies in stock. If they sort this out, we have quite a lot of supply in stock already, and it's just more efficient in my opinion to just close things because we're not even using any of these supplies anyway. So I don't know, I just feel better if I shut them down because I feel like it'll save us a little bit of money. We have something running in the negative. Okay, water, always we have negative water, which is so we need to increase our production. We have 200 kilos in a month, so maybe you have to increase this still. Let's make it 250 per month per water pump, so hopefully we can make up for all of our losses and stuff like that. Anyway, okay, so the reason why I did a couple of major changes plus close down some of our utilities is because I discovered that each plant actually has a different yield or a different harvest amount per kilogram. So I'm getting really technical on this, you guys, but I noticed that the trees have higher kilograms or like bigger kilograms when you harvest them as opposed to the vegetables. So one tree, like an apple for example, harvests 100 kilograms per month, while one piece of corn harvests only 5 kilograms per month. So we need a huge amount of space to pretty much have equal production of vegetables and fruits, because that's kind of what I want to do. We are gonna replace some of the fruits as well because I feel like the apples just produce too much. 100 kilograms, I would prefer something around less than 50 just to pretty much even out the fields. And I also deleted some of the other trees over here because we have over fruit production, like we have so much in excess and it's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, one thing that I also wanted to do is kind of reposition these cooling units, since we actually repositioned many of our crops. I think it's just appropriate to also kind of flip these guys around to meet those requirements. This is also my first recording for today, so if my voice sounds a little bit raspy, I know I always point this out to you guys, but I don't know, it probably bothers only myself, but I just really don't like it. Every time my voice feels like it sounds a little bit raspy, so I always give you guys oh my gosh, it does not even reach the other side. Okay, so yeah, it just bothers me a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I mean, you barely notice it anyway, especially if you're like on speakers. I don't know if you guys who use headphones more when you're watching me and stuff, how you guys feel about things, but you know, I'm gonna put this thing pretty much where it used to be, a little bit farther back, I guess, because I also plan on putting one somewhere like over here to cover. Okay, you know, let's put it over here to cover our corn crop. Oh my gosh, we totally like need to put 2 of these because our corn crop is just so big. It's like really big. So yeah, okay, let's put one there, and then let's put another one just somewhere over here, like that. There we go. That's nice. Okay, hopefully the plants will not complain. The ground's too dry. I'm pretty sure the gardeners will do something about that later on. Okay, so far none of the plants are complaining, but yeah, that's pretty much like the idea behind this. I want equal food production between fruits and vegetables, so I am gonna replace the apple trees with fruits that produce less in terms of kilograms to kind of even out the playing field. In about a couple of months worth of gameplay, I don't know, we already accumulated 1,432 kilograms of fruit, while for vegetables we barely reached like 500 kilograms. So we have quite a long way to go in terms of our vegetable production. And by the way, the cabbages only give us 2 kilograms per piece, so that's very, very inefficient, but they look really nice, so I'm gonna keep them. Okay, so I'm gonna place, I believe, yeah, lemon trees. I wonder how much they produce actually. And I'm gonna let the game running since we are only focusing on our vegetable production right now. The grain, forage, and fruit production are all in pause. So that's that. It's getting really, really complicated, which I like. You know, this is just a really small aspect of the game, but I'm having so much fun with it already. Okay, this weeping fig fruit, how much does it? 8 kilograms. Cool beans. That's what I like to see. I might have to actually calculate this thing later on and see just the productions and stuff. And then, is it hot for it or something? Oh, the ground is too dry. And I think the hardness is fine. And then the other type of fruit that I'm gonna place are lemons. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yep, okay, just give me a second. I'm trying to just look at things. Oh no, yeah, I totally did not notice this, but we might have to move some of our... Yeah, we're gonna have to move the pow trees a little bit. Because you guys can see there's one grid tile over here in excess, and that's just a no good for me. Just hell no. It's not gonna happen on my watch. Plop these lemon trees like that. And so yeah, right now what I'm doing is pretty much not putting so much focus on aesthetics anymore. I'm just being more practical and making it easier for me to keep track of, like, oh my gosh, is it gonna complain about the ground? Yes, it is. Hard 25 to 40, 40 to 60, and then okay, we need a hardness level of 40. This is 50, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we need to change everything to peat, I guess, just to make it okay. Just to make it all the same for everybody. I'm gonna get rid of all this pow trees in just a second. Okay, this is totally what I totally did not intend to do this for this part, but I thought that you guys would probably appreciate it if I did some things on camera, because usually I would do these off camera, but I wanted to explain things to you guys properly as I was doing them, because I'm pretty sure it'll help you guys. Come on, it does help you guys understand things better when I do things, because that's usually the best time for me to explain things. Is I'm the worst person to ramble on explanations and stuff, which is actually what I'm doing right now. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit cleaner right now, which I like. Oh yeah, off camera, I also did our perimeter wall, which I told you guys about. So right now we are pretty much zombie apocalypse proof. Not really, because I'm pretty sure they can still climb on top of these walls, but we can do something about that. Okay. And we are gonna place the pow trees, or paw. How do you guys say this? We're gonna place 6 of these, and I'm gonna do a quick calculation really quickly using my cell phone calculator. Okay, Yeah, I'm gonna place these guys a little bit closer to the back, just a little bit. We still want it to be neatly aligned to the other things. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, I feel like these guys are hugging the pathway, which is not cool. Lemons go there. Isn't there like a quote about lemons or lemonade and stuff? I don't know. And then make lemonades. And then can I put this one here instead? And let's delete that one. There we go. Nice and straight. Pretty much, that's probably the straightest I can make it. Anyway, okay. So the lemon trees give us 4.5 kilograms. I'm literally gonna calculate this in front of you guys. So 4.5 kilograms. Oh, 5 kilograms. Really? Dude, seriously, I swear that it told me 4.5. Okay, never mind. Fruit is 5 kilograms. Okay, whatever. 5 kilograms, 5, 10, 15, and then this one, 8 kilograms, 24, plus 15, plus, let's see here, 15 plus 24 plus, how much does this guy make? 15 times 3 is 45, right? 84 kilograms a month. Uh-oh. For the fruits, we need more. And somebody just texted me. I'm so sorry. This is totally like not professional. So, okay, never mind. We're only producing 84 kilograms of fruit a month, which is way, way, way below our vegetable production. So we need to do something about this. How much are we behind? Corn gives us 5, if I'm correct in remembering. Yeah, the corn 5, 10, 15, 20, 35. 35 times 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 175 plus how much cabbage do we have? 5, 10, 15 plus 15. 190 kilograms a month. That's a lot compared to the fruit production that we have. So since we're only producing 80, we kind of have to double on things. So this is like a balancing act. This is tough. Okay, white bean, how much fruit is it? 55. Nah, that's too much. That's kind of cheating. Let's add more of these guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 80, and then 5, how many? 10, 20, 30, 50 plus 80. I think that's fine. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add more trees. Okay. I'm so like out of it, but balancing act, you guys. I'm sure you guys will understand the idea behind these. So we're gonna place 5 of these weeping figs. We're also gonna place 5 lemon trees as well. And then we're gonna keep those pow trees, just 3 of them or something. Because I feel like that will pretty much balance out our fruit and vegetable production. Here we go. Clearly we're producing much more anyway than like what we need, because literally we don't need anything. We really don't need anything. I actually made that really straight. Now I'm gonna jinx myself. Where's the pow tree? How many do we need? This one, 15 kilograms. Just place 3 of them, I guess. Like so. They have really, really great coverage, and I really like this tree. I always point this out, but they take me to the Mediterranean, like to Greece or something. Okay, why are they complaining? It's extremely hot. Okay, we need to place an ACU. We're just pretty much dealing with some backlash, I guess, or like some fallout from other things that we've done in the previous parts. I would really like to place these somewhere. Yeah, let's just place them just over here. Yeah, over here would be great. Is it gonna cover everything if I place it there? Yeah, I might have to move that thing off camera, but that's not that big of a deal. I feel like this thing, yeah, I feel like it would cover the corn. So I don't think we need this one. There we go. Just a little bit more intelligent placement. Anyway, okay, so my agenda for this part is pretty much to actually begin placing farm animals. So we are going to extend our kind of production area over here, northward from where we're facing. I wish there was like a compass, but whatever. I'm gonna say that this is, if you guys see me pointing at the map, I'm gonna say that this is south and this is north by default. Okay, anyway, first thing first, I'm gonna extend this pathway over here, and that's kind of gonna connect us to the other side. Yes. I don't know why I just made that sound, but I know that a lot of you guys are looking forward to actually having some legit animals in our park. It is wildlife park after all. It's not gardening simulator, even though I really love the gardening aspect of this game. So why are the plants complaining? Yeah, I feel like they just need to be watered and stuff. Yeah, anyway, okay, and then the next thing that we're gonna place are a bunch of animal keepers over here on the corner. You know what, let's place them in the corner, because usually I place them in the middle. I want to see, like, okay, they actually don't have that big of a building, so you know what, let's place them in the middle. Let's go back to basics, or the basic way that I do these things. Okay, let's just extend this thing like so, and I'm gonna go and put a border of some grass around so I just know my boundaries. Yeah, I just pretty much have a general idea of the boundaries of this area. Oopsie, nope. Like so, and we can start making cages. Yay. Okay, so the first cage that we're gonna make naturally would probably be like the chicken coop. And the good thing is that chickens are relatively not so difficult to take care of. So you know what, let's make the chicken and duck enclosures, is what they call it in this game, simultaneously, so we can make them like nice and straight to the best of our abilities, of course. Okay, is that like aligned? I really want this to like, yeah, it's kind of lined up. I'm gonna put some of this ground. I don't even know what ground hardness the chickens like. Okay, like that. And we're not gonna keep that many. I just want to have like a basic array of animals. We really don't need chickens or ducks or any farm animals actually, because we can produce the meat requirements in a different way, which I will show you guys later on, because there's no way to like slaughter animals in this game. It's expected for a game anyway. Chickens require, what is this? What's the color selection? Can I really choose the color? Okay, helpful information. Hardness of ground is 10 to 80. And then same goes for the duckies, so they can't actually use this mud one. 10 to 80 is actually a really wide range of ground hardness. So I kind of want to experiment with things that we don't normally have. Let's use foliage, hard ground. I want to see how this thing looks. Yeah, I think, you know what, let's use loam 70. Should we use that? That looks like desolate. It looks really desolate, and you know what, I don't think that's the ideal type of ground that you should keep your you know, farm animals on. Okay, let's just use this normal ground. Whatever. We can always change it easily though. They wouldn't complain. I'm giving the ducks the larger one because they need to have a pond. And then like so. Here we go. I have a little bit of spillage going on here. So yeah, this is pretty much our poultry farm. I'm gonna make, I always use this wire mesh fence. I don't know why, it just looks legit. I really like the look of it. Because the other ones don't even use like, I mean the other types of fence designs, I guess, don't even look like they would be used to keep animals in. They look like you would use them for houses and stuff, which is kind of just like, yeah. But okay, let's just do that. And then over here, oh nice, I want these to go like so, whatever, that works. And then delete these ones. There we go, we have a really nice shape to them. Whatever, if that's even a consideration. I'm also gonna make some homes, and once again, these are totally optional. You know what, before that though, we need to make like a pond for the ducks to pretty much make sure that they have a place to swim in. Let's create a plateau, and we don't need to make it that deep. Because the chickens and ducks, as I've mentioned, are relatively easy to take care of. And I kind of don't want to jinx myself because they do have some kind of requirements, but not that much. These guys, I'm gonna place it. I hate how the water pumps look so bulky. And I hope that the water doesn't spill. Every time I make a pond, you guys, the water always spills out. Like it fills at like the thing really fast, and I'm just like, guys, can we please? Okay, there we go. Thank goodness it didn't spill out, but I'm gonna smoothen this terrain a little bit just to get rid of these awkward edges and stuff. I don't think it's helping that much. There we go, that kind of looks like a decent pond, right? Okay, I don't think the ducks are gonna have a house. Should we give them a house? I think this one would be even fine. They really don't need one though, so you know what, I always give them this one. So these houses would really be useful if you actually built on, like, actually let's rotate it that way. If you built on like a zone or like a region that has unstable climate, like temperate climates, or even in tropical climate, or like in subtropical climates, I guess, where it rains, the animals do require shelter. But in this case, the Sahara has really good stable climate all year round. So yeah. And then how many, okay, the chicken coop is gonna face this way. And yeah, I always start with the chicken, surprisingly. I don't know, I always do. Even in my own personal gameplay, especially in my personal game, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just woke up. It's like 10 a.m. I had breakfast though. I was watching PewDiePie before recording. Let's place that thing over here like so. And one thing that I really kind of dislike about this game is the design of the fences, because there's really not much of a choice. We only have one fence for the animal keepers, and that's this one, which is really awkward. It looks really unattractive. I'm just like, that is a very specific look for a fence. And yeah, I mean, seriously though, the people who play this game are smarter than what these developers give them credit for. I just wish that there was more diversity, because that's literally the only type of fence that's available. Okay, I want to make sure that we have some initial yeah, I want to make sure that we have some initial like food and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna place 2 drinking troughs for the chickens, and then some grain, which I am going to scatter, because usually these guys cluster together like crazy when they're eating and stuff. So I'm gonna place one in the middle, like that one. Just give them enough space. This is a huge space for the chickens, by the way. I usually just give them a much smaller enclosure, which I probably should. You know what? Let's make the freaking chicken enclosure a little bit smaller, because I do feel like it's such a huge space. Okay, maybe we can make it just that. There we go. And we can always do something about this later on. I'm probably gonna do something about it off camera, because it's not even. Like, it's not even is what I'm trying to say. Oh no, the ground thing isn't. Yeah, it's. Yep, you know what? Let's do it now. Whatever. You know what? We might as well also place the chickens, and I'm gonna make sure. How many do they want? We need at least 7 of these. I'm gonna place 8. So yep, I'm gonna place the 2 male chickens first, or roosters, and I'm gonna sterilize them. The thing is, I think out of all the animals, the chickens are the ones that reproduce the fastest, and the reason why I'm sterilizing them is that there's no benefit at all to keeping them, you know, actively producing their young, because it's just a pain in the butt to keep selling all these baby chickens and stuff, and it doesn't give you that much money anyway. Maybe when you're starting a park in like an actual gameplay, that would be a little bit better, but in this case, it's just not practical. So I'm gonna actually just do something about this chicken enclosure really quickly, like so. Stop them from escaping, but they look like they're fine. They have enough food and stuff. And then we also are gonna plop in some duckies, and the ducks are actually very okay, the ducks are very easy to take care of, so that's great. We're gonna put 2 males, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it's the same number pretty much. I wish the ducks had more variety in color. That would be better. And because it gets a little bit tricky when you're sterilizing all of them at once. You don't know whether you're doing it to the male or to the females. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one. Okay, how many have we done? 2, 3, 4. This is so difficult. Okay, there. This one has not yet been sterilized. That one, and then this one. Okay, I feel like everyone has been sterilized. What do the ducks want for food? They actually surprisingly don't eat any grain. They want some fruit. Yay! Somebody's finally gonna eat the fruit. 0.2 kilograms seafood and insects. Oh. The insects are from termite mounds, so I'm gonna place a couple of these, like so. Hopefully the ducks can get to them, because it kind of looks a little bit cramped. I'm gonna place the other one over here, whatever. And then we need some fruit. I'm gonna give them some fruit baskets. That's probably, yeah, those are some apples. I'm gonna place one here and one here. And what do the other thing that they wanted? Oh yeah, they want some seafood. And where is this is the seafood feeding thing, which I am going to place. I think one of these would be enough, but just to be safe, I'm gonna place like, this is like a mess. I hate this. Okay, I'm just gonna place one. You know, I'm gonna place two of these because I don't want my ducks to starve on me. Like so, there we go. Hopefully that's gonna be enough for their nutrition. I love looking at the ducks because it looks like they're flying and stuff. They look like they're having a lot of fun. Okay, chicken, I'm gonna move you here because I need to give you guys like a house and stuff. Aw, come on. I literally just moved you. Chicken. I might as well pause my game. Get them out of the way. Let's put a... It usually does not take me that long to like get through this. But yeah, you know what? Let's turn the house like this. I feel like that would be a little bit better. When I do this in my personal gameplay, I just go bam, bam, bam. Like, I don't even think about the shape that much. I just try to like, okay, that looks like a square. That's good enough for me. Okay, there we go. And then I'm also gonna place a nice little fence as well. Like so for our animal keeper. Okay, so it looks like we have our first couple of animals in our park. I'm gonna go ahead and actually take a little bit of a break and I will be right back in just a second. Okay guys? Alrighty guys, we are back and I can give you guys probably like 15 minutes more of gameplay, which is a lot of time. So first thing that I'm gonna do is actually just delete these homes because they're not really necessary. Yeah, they're not really necessary. And alrighty guys, we are back and I can give you guys like 15 minutes more of gameplay. So yay, that's kind of a lot of time. So I think we have time for maybe one more animal to add to our array of farm animals. And first thing that I'm actually gonna do is get rid of these homes because I actually want to do something about the fences later on. I want them to properly be aligned, plus those house things weren't really a necessity, so that's that. I'm gonna make a nice little pathway over here, just to pretty much subdivide all the different enclosures that we have. And then we are gonna place some bunnies. Yes, you guys, we're gonna place two types of animals in one enclosure, the bunnies and the rabbits. And I think there's also an Arctic hare, but this thing requires like different set of taking care of and stuff. So yeah, okay. Anyway, bunny and okay, I want to see like what type of ground they want. They want 20 to 80. Okay, they can actually, yeah, this one kind of works. And it's gonna be small. I don't want it to be too big. Just big enough to have. I wonder how many of these guys do we need to keep a happy bunny population. Oh, that sounds so awesome. And my username is FreezerBunny, so I should literally be probably building them a mansion, but hashtag just practical. We need 3 of these and we need 3 of these, so we're gonna have 6 of them, I guess. You know what, let's place 8 of them instead, which I think would probably be a lot in this enclosure. I don't know, it depends on how things look later on. I'm gonna, yeah, okay. Place these there. Definitely off camera, I'm gonna do something about these fences. Actually, you know what? I'm probably gonna do that once we've done all the animals, because I want them to align. You guys can see that they're like all crooked and stuff. If you look at them from a line, there's like, it does not look like a straight line. Don't worry. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time on my OCD that much. So I'm gonna place one door over here, just whatever. And I want to make sure that we place in the requirements for the rabbits. Sexual maturity, ooh. Lowland temperature, oh. Yep, they want to have colder temperatures. Water and forage and vegetables. Ooh, okay. I don't think these guys need that much anyway, so. And the amazing thing about this is it actually shows you like how much each facility per kilogram has, which is great. So I'm probably gonna be looking at that in just a little bit. What do they want? Forage. How much do they want per bunny? Forage 0.2 kilograms per day. And then the water. You know what? I think we'll be fine with just one. How about these guys? The chickens don't have a specific amount actually. They just don't. 1 kilogram per day. Yeah, I think we'll be fine with just one water trough. I don't want to like overly crowd their pens and stuff. They're like enclosures. So anyway, I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm doing a lot of things off camera, but the important things are being done on camera anyway. So we need to have some forage. I totally think that this is just 10 kilograms. How much do we need per day? Bunny, let's see here. 0.2 kilograms per day. That's okay. We need just one of these, totally. And then the rabbit one. Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, so we're gonna place 1, 2, 3 of these and 1 male. And this is actually so handy. I wish I knew this. 1, 2, 3 and 1 male one. And I'm just gonna make sure that all of them are sterilized. Like so. I feel like I'm forgetting some other requirement. You know what? I'm gonna change this ground because it's impossible to see the rabbits. I can't see them. They do a good job of camouflaging to this brown earth that we have. So yeah, okay. He wants some vegetables. Okay, how much vegetables do you want? Vegetables, let's see here. 0.2 kilograms per day. That is not that much. Where's the vegetables? Oh, you guys hear the chickens and stuff? Ooh. Okay, this one, which is a carrot feeding thing, which is great. It's carrots and rabbits. Yay. I would like to jump. Oh, they want some hurdles. Cool beans. Hurdles are just rocks that rabbits kind of like to play around and stuff. I don't see why they necessarily require a rock specifically when they can just jump on the ground and it'll be exactly the same. And seriously, there's a gap in this fence that totally a rabbit can fit through in. So that's that. And yeah, I told you guys that I was gonna change the ground into the hard one, I guess. I think it'll be easier to see the guys. Can they handle this type of ground? I want to know. Yep, they can actually. Hardness of ground 25 to 70, which I think I'm gonna change it to all the animals just so that we can see them better. Because usually, what do they want? Oh, it's hot for them. So let's see here. Where's that one thing? The air conditioning unit. It's so hard to find. I feel like it might be. Why am I not? Oh, there we go. I was looking at this wrong place. Put this thing over there. I'm not even gonna think about how straight it is and stuff. Okay. Cool beans. And then yeah, I think the chickens. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna change this to Pete because that's just bothering me. I hope they like it though. I feel like they would anyway. There we go. That's so much. Oh, I still can't see the rabbits. Come on. I think the ground one might not be so bad after all. Literally the same. You know what? Whatever. I'm literally eating my own words. I wish I can see these bunnies. They're not even that necessary, because once again, our meat source comes from somewhere else. Okay, so I don't think we need any keepers right now, but just in case, I am going to place just one, I guess, yeah, over there, whatever. He's not gonna stay for long. I'm definitely gonna be moving him in the future. And let's see our food production. Forage is almost 4,500 kilograms. Water, oh my gosh, yes, we are producing quite a lot. So I'm gonna have to reduce this thing now. Yeah, we're consuming 300 kilograms, 330 to be specific. So I'm gonna change the water production to 200, so we have like an extra 70 kilograms per month. And then so far so good. The plants look like they're great. How many vegetables do we have? Yeah, the vegetables have caught up, so I think it's time to start the fruit production. So I'm gonna enable these guys now, like so, and I'm gonna make sure that they go straight to the fruit. Cause yeah, why are these guys complaining? It's really dry. Okay, don't worry, you guys are being watered, so yeah, so they are going straight to the fruit. I'm not gonna produce any forage right now because it's not really necessary. And yeah, so far so good. 100 satisfaction for both plants and animals. And before I actually wrap this part up, I'm gonna go ahead and actually place these fences because I want to keep them for some time. Because yes, fences actually weather in this game, and you're gonna have to repair them, which is something that we're gonna deal with. Because it has like a whole nother mechanic to it and stuff, and definitely more gameplay elements and services involved, which I'm probably going to be discussing and spending more time explaining to you guys in the next part. But I just really want to show you guys the fence. We are going to replace this thing later on, don't worry. The reason why I'm placing it now is just I want you guys to see how it looks when it's weathered and stuff like that. Plus I kind of want to get used to having a fence like so. This gives me like so much peace of mind, even though it's not really like a requirement for the game. But just knowing that we are surrounded by an earth wall mound plus a steel fence type of thing is so reassuring. Like so. I think in a couple of months or maybe years, I don't know. I wish it told me actually like when it would like wither and stuff. Is it gonna tell me total stability? Okay. So yeah, it takes just a little bit of time for this thing to wither, which is not good. I might have to consider other types of fences, so it doesn't need to be continuously repaired and stuff. But I really like the look of these ones though. These look legit. These look legit Walking Dead, you guys, which I can't wait for the new season. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys a quick overview of our facility here. We have our food production facility, fruits, vegetables, forage, and grain. And then over here we have this beginnings of our farm animal enclosures and just our farm in general. So yeah, having shown you guys that, what I'm actually gonna do is wrap this part up right here. Okay guys, I'm having so much fun doing this with you guys. Hopefully you guys are having just as much fun as I have. So yeah, that's going to be it for this part. Once again, please don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe because it really does help me out a lot. You all have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.